I don't know how many of you have ever ran into it. I do this all the time. I get to an RV park and I think, if I was to build this, I would design it this way, instead of however it is that they did it. Today, we get the opportunity to go and look and give our opinion on how an RV park should be designed. This is a pretty dang cool opportunity.
Jesse is just getting the truck fueled up. So while Jesse is in just grabbing some fuel, I am gonna hit up the inside and see what little road snacks I can find.
Anything good? Well, that's timing.
That's some time. I got your favorite.
Oh, yes. Got some donuts. Oh, Snickers popcorn. Oh, Australian licorice. It's the best. I don't know if you have this wherever you are, but it doesn't get much better than Australian licorice.
This is our sunrise this morning. Not usually what we see, but if you can try and tell, we are completely covered in smoke.
These fires from California are just sending all this smoke this way. Well, California and Oregon, and it is just awful.
So the other day, out of the blue, Jesse's brother called him and said, hey, I have so-and-so here. I need you to talk to him. He's got some land that he wants to develop for an RV park.
And he's not really an RVer. He just sees an opportunity. He's one of those entrepreneur types.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, could you give me your opinion? And like always, I am more than happy to give people my opinion. Whether it's right, wrong, or the other, I'll give you my opinion. We arranged to drive down and look it over and give him our 2 cents for whatever it's worth on how we think it should be designed. Some of you may have seen I threw out that survey on the YouTube channel of what you think you would want in an RV park. A lot of you said full hookups was like the #1 thing. So we're gonna take that into consideration. Comment down below. Have you ever thought about how you would lay out an RV park? What's most important to you? As you watch the video, comment on what you think on the ideas that we're throwing out there or that he has for it, because this is not going to be the typical RV park. This is going to be a little bit unique, which is fun for us because I know a lot of you are like us and feel like most RV parks are basically the exact same. You get your 20-foot wide spot and you back in and that's it. There's gravel or pavement and maybe a little bit of lawn, and you're really happy if you get a tree. So this is going to be a little different.
Plans for this campground, there will be the traditional RV hookups, but also we're looking at an area to be a little more secluded. So you'll have a bigger site, possibly more of like a group site where you can have your friends come, fit a couple of larger RVs.
Yep. And
you'll all fit. We're also looking at the property for possible cabins or glamping opportunities, tenting. So it's going to be an all-around accommodating park.
Yeah, and it sounds like he has 40 acres or something. So
yeah,
there's room.
There's room to do what he would like to accomplish.
While you're commenting and watching, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, all that. We're getting quite a few more subscribers, and that's just awesome, and it helps the channel grow. So if you have some time and would like to, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
So this general area that we are walking into is going to be the entrance for the RV park. It does kind of drop down here a little bit into a riverbed, so that's something that they're going to have to in a bridge and a culvert, so just so vehicles can get through here a little easier. Something we have discussed with the property owner is that there are all types of trailers, so you have to accommodate for those big ones, not only trailers, but RV and motorhomes.
We are down here walking the property, getting a feel for the whole thing. This place is huge. He has 30 acres, pinyons, mountains, access to ATV trails hundreds of miles just right up there. There's a little creek right over there just off my shoulder, and also a golf course and a state park with an awesome pond on it. It's called Palisades State Park. It's full every day, all season long, so I'm really liking this location.
So this is Palisades State Park. We are literally about a half a mile away, and you get the opportunity to come and play on this lake. Also in this area is Palisade Golf Course.
This provides a lot of opportunity though with that RV park. After crossing that little riverbank, you're gonna come out on this big flat area. Heck, I bet it's 10 plus acres. And this is where the main RV park's gonna be. The city or the county or whoever says he can have 30 RV spots. And with such a large area, that enables to be spread out, but you don't want them so spread out that it costs a fortune to run water and sewer and all that to each one of them. What we're thinking, because we basically have from that hillside over there to the creek bed over here, doing it kind of like a loop is our recommendation. A one-way loop in and back out, and we're trying to think of what to do in the center area. Most of you probably stayed at RV parks where on the outside you have your back-in spots, in the middle island you're gonna have your pull-throughs, and I think that's what would really work the best here. I mean, you could still have a lot of distance between them, but 10 back-in spots over here next to the hillside, 10 over here next to the creek, and then 10 giant pull-throughs right in the center. And then down at the end of this flat is where the clubhouse, lodge, check-in, whatever you want to call it, would be. And below that, it drops down a level, and that's where the cabins would be. So let's walk on down in the middle a little bit farther. To give you a little bit of an idea, let's just say there was a pull-through right through this center area here. Then if you see these big pinyon trees right here, be separating all the way down to the next pull-through right through here. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Having that much space and the natural trees blocking between each. Hopefully this comes through on the camera, but you see how between these two sets of trees just kind of makes already a little back-in spot that I think you could fit a 20-foot trailer really easily, plus have plenty of room to park your truck or tow vehicle or whatever alongside of your side-by-sides or four-wheelers or all those sort of things. Then if we come back here, where you can see Kara, what do you got over here, Kara?
So this back line is where it drops off down into the riverbed.
Well, let's look at that. Have a little trail already here. As you can see, the river is just right there. You might even be able to hear it. And as we go up this other side, it's going to be a little bit closer than it is right now. This spot would probably be the farthest away from the river. This would be another back-in spot. It is just right on the side of where I just showed you. Right there is the trees blocking it. But it feels way farther away because of the trees, which is a nice thing that you usually don't get in an RV park. If I can not step in cactus this time. And then on this back end, there's the river right there. I do think it'd be really nice if there could be some trees planted right along here. It would help separate the road away and some of the noise there. The river blocks out a lot of the noise, which is really nice, but just as much noise dampening as you can get is always handy. Plus, Palisades State Park is just right there. So super close by. Great golfing and kayaking and paddleboarding and all those opportunities right there. It's kind of hard to just picture it because there is so much excavation to be done. Normally these are great views. We are just covered in smoke right now. So I feel bad that it's not doing it justice to what it usually looks like. It's way more difficult than you'd think to lay this thing out because we're at the mercy of the natural landscape. We have the hillside, we have the creek, all those sort of things. So topographically, it limits us a little bit. And also, you just don't want to rip out these trees that have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. I think having big pull-throughs is going to be a key for this park because of the access to ATVing and off-roading and all that sort of stuff. You have literally hundreds of miles of trails throughout all of central Utah just to the east of us. Comment below, what spots have you seen that you think would be the most convenient? Also, we've been discussing landscaping. Casey would really like to keep it with the camping feel, and I don't know how most RVers would feel about that. Do you want to have green space? Do you want to keep it natural? Is it going to feel way too much like you're camping and you aren't going to be willing to pay the extra price for an RV park if you have sagebrush right out your front door? With water situations here in Utah, landscaping it probably isn't the most reasonable thing to do. So kind of a zero-scaping option may be the option. Comment below what you think. Would you mind if you had, you know, your RV spot graveled out, all that sort of stuff, but then separated by sagebrush and natural vegetation?
So we are continuing down kind of our main road here, kind of approaching the main lodge clubhouse area. It's kind of in the middle of everything, so we thought that might be a good little hub spot where you are kind of finishing the campground, but then also starting into the sleeper cabins. We're also looking to get some information from you guys. What are you looking for in a check-in, clubhouse, kind of building, main hub? Let us know. We've been talking to Casey about this as well. Do we just want light of a main check-in? Do you want more of a play area, game room? Do you want more of just kind of an information concierge station? We're just trying to get a feel for what you guys like when you check in. Every RV park is a little different. We've seen anywhere between a kind of a grocery store to just a main hotel lobby to getting an ice cream station to everything. So there's a lot of different options out there for this particular site. So I wanted to show you this area. This is the area they're kind of thinking of doing the cabins or kind of a glamping experience. Right along this creek. It is a beautiful little setting to have a cabin sit out, listen to the river, you know, just get that feel that you're literally in nature.
You can dig that out a little bit. I got a little mini-axe. I get a mini-axe to dig that out. That'd be a good little fishing hole right there.
Yep.
Or potentially even a little swimming hole, right?
Yeah.
Kids will come down and play in that.
As we're walking down along the river, we're kind of talking about maybe having a walking path down here along the river. It's an area that's probably too hard to run power and water to. Comment below if you think you would like to have an area where you have a walking path along a river, all that sort of stuff. It does make for really, really nice views.
And I'm here with Casey, and he has a question for you viewers. So I'm gonna turn it on him.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're trying to just get a good idea of what to do here. We are really excited about this property and really need some feedback on what the market wants. What do you guys want? What can we do to make this a great RV and campground? Some of the things we're trying to figure out is how wide to make the spaces. What kind of turnarounds are people looking for? What kind of premium can we get on a camp spot if we provide a lot more space and really give more of a, you know, spread out experience versus trying to squeeze as many spots in. I'm really looking more forward to trying to spread out the campground and giving everybody a little more room and a little more space to enjoy your experience here. We love this area. Palisade Park, State Park, 6 Mile Canyon, access right up to Skyline Drive. Bring your UTVs, bring your ATVs, bring your horses. Come on and experience it all. But give us some feedback. Let us know what you think.
There you go, guys. Give us a comment down below. Tell us what you think. We just wrapped up on walking this property and just seeing what it has to offer. It's a beautiful setting of this canyon with this creek down the middle of it. It'll be a gorgeous site just to come and stay and enjoy for a few days, really. There's lots in this area for activities and, you know, recreation as well. It'll be an interesting ride just to see how this property is developed and made, and see the vision that Casey's trying to create with this property. Like we mentioned before, he wants to do like some RV spots, he wants to do some cabin sleepers, and maybe expand from there, just see, you know, popularity and what people are looking for in a site. We are going to continue on following the development and just kind of, you know, see this from start to finish. It's going to be a long journey for them, but it'll be fun to see. Thanks again for catching us today on this week's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, enjoy your weekend.
It's a pretty exciting opportunity to. It's a pretty.
Pull together, Jess.
I'm trying. Does it different? So.
Yeah, every RV park is a little different.